Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Welcome to the Kansas State Fair and the Kansas Auctioneers Association 2019 State Auctioneer Championship. We're very glad you are here today. We always appreciate your support. If you're outside the venue right now and you can hear us, you can come on in. It's free to attend. This is a live auction event. We are demonstrating today what we do in the auction industry, and that is convert assets into cash. We're good at doing it, and when you think about doing that, be sure to consider a Kansas Auctioneer Association member anytime you do it. Now, the nature of this contest is that for many years at our state convention, which is widely attended, nearly 100% participation from our membership, in the winter in January, we have a preliminary contest where sometimes 30 to 50 people will compete for a chance to be a finalist at the state fair. At our state convention this past year in January in Lawrence, Kansas, these 10 contestants emerged as the finalists for the 2019 Kansas Auctioneer Champion, and very soon we'll be crowning the new 2019 champion. At this time, I would like to proudly introduce the president of the Kansas Auctioneers Association, Mr. Jeff Ruckert.
Well, how's everybody doing today? Y'all having a good time? You ready to have a great time? Huh? Well, I promise you, this contest is going to be as exciting as a K-State home football game. All right. Well, we'd like to thank you all for coming out today. I see some people out here that I know. I grew up in Nickerson and live in Manhattan now, but see a lot of auction goers. We've got a great cast of finalists here for your competition today. And I'm just going to end it with this. Whoever has the most money in their pocket can own it today. Have a good time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jeff. We have the great privilege of being a state where we have more than one champion who has gone on to win the International Auctioneer Championship. In the year 2000, Kevin Borger competed and won as the Kansas State Champion. He went on to represent Kansas in the International Auctioneer Championship, and in 2009, Kevin was crowned International Auctioneer Champion. Kevin is a champion to all people of the state of Kansas. He's certainly a friend and champion to all auctioneers. Our 2000 champion is also past president of the Kansas Auctioneers Association. Now, this contest held today is on a historic day in the history of the United States, in that it's September 11. And we all remember the events of September 11, and we were reminded that it was on this date in 2001 that Kevin, as reigning champion, presided over this contest as Master of Ceremonies. We thought it was appropriate to ask our past president and our champion from the year 2000, Kevin Borger, to please come to the stage and share some thoughts about that day 18 years ago. Kevin.
Thank you, Lenny, and I will tell you how many were here. How many were here that day? Any of you were here? Raise your hand. You were here that day. You know, our hearts here. I mean, it was kind of like, well, who cares? It kind of was like, who cares? Why are we even here? We were all kind of wandering around. Our hearts, we were in shock. Our hearts were broken. At the same time, our hearts were united. And the very fact is, we were united that day as well. We came together, everybody joined, and we had an amazing, amazing competition that day. The fact is, this morning I heard something very, very unique, and this represents the United States of America. I heard this morning that there are still 1,100 unaccounted for. And for 18 years, there have been there's a large team that all they do for their work, full-time employment, and they've raised the money, is to do DNA testing on very small samples of remains that were gathered. 18 years later, they're searching for still the 1,100 unaccounted for. To me, that's America. Right now, what I'd like for you to do is I'd like for you to stand, if you would. I'd like for you to remove your hats, if you would, your covers. I'd like us to turn to this side of the stage, and you'll see the colors. And I would like for you to think of absolutely every phrase today as we say together the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance what I'd like to do is now, in the moment of silence, just remember, we're just going to pause and remember those families that were affected from 9/11. Well, we're here today, and are you ready for a competition? 3 people are ready to get this started. Let's try it again. Are you ready for a competition today? All right, here we go. I'm going to welcome back, would you, Mr. Lenny Mullen.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you very much. It's my great privilege to serve as the president-elect of the Kansas Auctioneers Association. I was the 2015 Kansas Auctioneer Champion, so they asked me to help just a little bit today to get it started. I want to talk a bit, just for a moment, about the terms and conditions of this auction event. This is a real auction. We have real auction items. All of you can be real bidders if you have a bidder number. It takes a number to bid. Mcbride Auction from Wichita, Kansas has graciously offered to bring some of their team and one of their trailers here. They'll issue you a bidder number right now. If you don't have one, run over there and get one. There's no line. It makes it very easy. The terms of the auction are very simple. We will sell items to the high bidder. The auctioneer is always in control. So when the auctioneer says sold to whomever it is sold, that is the person that is the buyer. We will accept your payment today in cash, check, or credit card. We're ready to process this just like any other auction. A word about the bid assistants that you'll see. You see ladies and gentlemen all around the ring right here with red vests on, representing the Kansas Auctioneers Association. Many of them, like Jeff Crissup there, our 2012 state champion, are past champions of the KAA. You can bid to them. It's just like if you're bidding to the auctioneer. The only thing we will tell you that might be just a bit different is the auctioneer has the final say-so, and in this case, our ring people will not interrupt. If it were an auction that was not a competition, the ring person might try to stop the auctioneer before he drops the gavel. Here, we've told our ring people to let the auctioneers take control. At this time, I would like to welcome to the stage our reigning Kansas Auctioneer Champion from Perry, Oklahoma. Please give a warm Kansas Fair welcome to Mr. Tony Wisely.
Thank you, Lenny. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Kansas State Fair. We are so glad you are here on this cool day to enjoy the Kansas Championship round of the Auctioneer contest.
Yes, very much glad that you are here today, and I want to talk a little bit about the scoring and what the scoring judges are looking for. The judges have a long list of criteria that somewhat parallels the National Auctioneers Association International Auctioneer Championship, in that these contestants are judged on bid calling, and that bid calling is broken down into several categories, including clarity, speed, rhythm, all of the things that make a chant good. Everyone's chant is unique. Some people go faster, some are slower. The filler words they use are different, but the purpose is all the same, and that's to drive the bid to a crescendo and find a buyer. So they're being judged on that. These finalists today will also be reduced to a number of from 10 to 5 after the round of selling, and those 5 will come back as our super finalists. They will answer 2 spontaneous interview questions before they sell their final item and a champion is crowned. Well, you know, we have to have an auction. We have to kick it off with something, and I think since you are the past current Auctioneer champion, it's appropriate that you sell the very first item. And our 2014 champion, Lance Fullerton, is here with a beautiful item for you to sell.
Oh, look at there, Lance. We have a Wichita State. Now, I'm from Oklahoma. That's the Shockers Wichita State license plate frame for you right there. How many Shocker fans in the room? All right, now I know where my betters are. That's 100 right there, right? No. All right, ladies and gentlemen, tell me, what get for? Who get 5 where? Everybody get 5, everybody get 5 to 10. I'll find everybody get 10 where? Everybody get 10. Everybody... Now, this is, as Lenny said, a live auction. For you to participate, you raise your hand. The guys in the red vest will turn that bid into me. I like your enthusiasm, young man. Let's go. Who get 5 where? I'll find everybody get 10. Find everybody get 10. Hit it about 10. Everybody get 10 one time. Everybody get 10. Everybody get 10. Hit it about 10. Everybody get 10. Who's got $1? This is how it goes. Out of 1, 2. Now 3. Now 3. You better get 3. 3. You get 3. 3. You get 4. 5. You get 4. 85. I'm 4. Right back where we were. Better get 5 where? Better get 5. You get 5. 5. Better get 5. 5. Better get 5. I'll 5. 5. Better get $5. Better get 6 where? I'm 5. Better get 6. I'm with Eve up front. Better get 6 where? 5. Better get 7. Now 7. Now 7. 7. Better get 7. You get about 7. 8. He better get 8. 8. One more time. He get what he do. Better get 8. 8. Better get 8. One time, sir. Better get 8. 8. It's only money. 8. Now 9. Your turn. Make it. Better get 9. 9. Better get 9. He get about 9 where? Better get 9. 1. Now 9. Now 10. I'm 9. Better get 10. New money. Now 10. 10. Your turn, sir. Better get 10. Take it home. $10. 11. I'm 10. Better get 11. On there. Better get 11. 11. In the back. Your turn. Better get 11. One time. Better get 11. On 12. 11. 12. Your turn, sir. Better get 12. 12. That's a wonderful Navy shirt you have on. Thank you for your service. Now $12. 12. 13. 12. Better get 13. You're in the back. Better get 13. One time. Better get 13. You get about 13 and a half. 12. Better get 13. 12. Better get 13 and a half. Sold your way. $12. Put them on 114 is the buyer. 12. 114 is the buyer. One more time, because it's so cool out here, we've got a heat lamp. Actually, it's a lantern. Light your way right there. Battery powered, LED, won't burn out. Tell me, what are we going to get for it? All right, 2.5 to get 5 where? I'll bet 2.5 to get 5. 5. Now 7.5, 7.5, 10. Now you're out the back, but you get 10 where? I'll 7.5 with 10. What do you get 10? 10, but you get 10 where? But you get 10 one time, but you get 10. $10, 12.5. I'll bet 10, but you get 12, get 12, 12, but you get 12.5. You get about 12 where? But you get 12, 12, but you get 12.5. I'll 10, but you get 12.5. I'm with Jeff, need 12.5. This side can bid too. I'll 10, but you get 12, 12, but you get 2. Who give 11? I'll 10, but you get 11. On where? But you get 11, 11, but you get 11. 11, 12. I'm 11, but you get 12. Your turn, Jeff, but you get 12, 12. You get about 12. You're out, Jeff, but you get 12. What do you do 12? What do you do 12? I'm 11, but you get 12. Where? But you get 12. One time, but you get 12, 12, but you get 12. 13, 13, 13. Now you're 13, 14, Jeff, but you get 14. 14, get about 14. One more time, it's only money. They'll print more tomorrow when you get 14. 13, but you get 14, 14, 14, and I have sold straight away. 13, put them on number 138. Is that it? 138. Thank you, sir, for your bidding. And that's how we start the contest.
Tony, if you don't mind, lift up the front of that vest just a little bit and show off that championship, not your abs, the championship buckle.
I don't have abs.
Show off that championship buckle. The winner of the Kansas Auctioneer Championship will receive a buckle just like that one. They will also receive a plaque, of course. They receive $1,000 in cash. They'll receive a membership in the National Auctioneers Association. They'll also be receiving a paid entry into the NAA International Auctioneer Championship that will be coming up in July of 2020 in San Diego, California. So that's what our winner gets. I mentioned a while ago that we have some bid assistants working with us this afternoon, and you'll see they're right here down front. We have a policy that we have state champions, past champions work as bid assistants, so I'm going to start right over here, my left, all the way to the right. Not only is she a former Kansas champion, she is one of Kansas' other international auctioneer champions from Wichita, Kansas, Megan McCurdy-Needens. Coming right around down to the front, right down front, you see a famous auto auctioneer, makes her business selling automobiles in the Kansas City area right now. From 2016, our champion, Eve Rojas. Way down front, Mr. Shades with the black hat and the shades on right there. He came up. They're off right now. He came up from South to be with us today, our 2003 champion, Mr. Bob Mcbride. I I took second to this guy in 2012, and I took second 4 more years in a row, I think, until I finally won. From 2012, from Oklahoma, please welcome our 2012 champion, Jeff Crissup. And I've already introduced our 2000 champion, our 2009 international champion, Mr. Kevin Borger. All right, I think I'm ready to turn it over to you, Tony. We're ready to begin our contestants. If you are ready, the podium is yours.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, before we get going, Lenny talked a little bit about the scoring. I'd like to introduce the distinguished judging panel that we have here to do that scoring. We have 3 outstanding judges this year. The first one I'm going to introduce is Josh Miller, born and raised in Halstead, Kansas, 4th generation in our family farm and ranch there. Graduated KSU May 2001. Been an order buyer for Superior Livestock for 17 years. Owner and manager of El Dorado Livestock Auction Company. His wife, Macy, and the 3 kids live there in the 3 kids are Conway, Raleigh, and Gigi, and we are so glad to have you here today, Josh, to be one of our judges. Next up, Corky Hurd, owner and broker, lead auctioneer of United Country Hurd Auction and Real Estate LLC, has been in the real estate business for over 30 years and in the auction industry for 20. During this time, he has conducted numerous real estate and personal property auctions. Corky is a member of the National Auctioneers Association in the Oklahoma, Kansas, and Texas. Current president and fellow board member in Oklahoma. Thank you for that service. He has his Oklahoma real estate license, and he's also in 1986 received his broker's license. Corky and his wife Missy have made their home in Clinton, Oklahoma, and have 2 grown daughters, Jessica and Harley. Thank you, Corky. Shannon Sewell May, from Shannon & Associates Benefit Auction and Fundraising. She is an IAC champion. Shannon Mays travels the United States, captivating audiences with her limitless energy, communication skills, and an infectious smile. With over 30 years of experience, she brings a long list of attributes to the table. As a leader in the industry and an IAC champion, she serves as an instructor for Worldwide College of Auctioneering, and as well the Professional Ringman's Institute, as well as instructing for a number of other situations. She has been in the real estate business and the auction business, I'm not going to say how long. A very distinguished judge, and we're so proud to have her here, Shannon Mays. A great auction judge panel to judge our 10 finalists here as we narrow down to 5 in this round. Are our contestants ready? Well, ladies and gentlemen, with no further ado, contestant number 1.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Titus Utsi. I am contestant number 1 from Hutchinson, Kansas. How are we doing today? You guys ready to have an auction? We're going to get going. It's my pleasure to sell for you the next 3 items: Lot A, Lot B, 1A, 1B, and 1C. Here we go. We're going to get started off. We've got 4 ratchets. 15-foot ratchets, Lot 1A, and they're good ones. They're orange. They're 15-foot long, and there's 4 of them in there. Here we go. Have it down here, about here. $5 here, $7.50. $10 down, $10, $12.50. $12, $50, $15 bet. $15 down, $15 big. About $15. $15, $17.50. $20. $20 big. About $20. $20, $20 David. About $20 down, $22.50. $22, $15, $25. $25, $25 about $25. $25 David. About $25. $25 to $25 bit, $25 dig to $25 bit. So $22.50, you got them, sir. Number 149 for $22.50. All right. right, my second item, I've got a 12-piece screwdriver set, and it's a good one. 12-piece set right there. And how many dollars here? Here we go. How many bid right here? $10 bill. That $10 down, $12.50 big, but $15. That $15 down, $15 big, about 15, 17 and a half. That's $17, $50 big, about 17.50. That's $17.50 big, about 17.50. Now 20. That $20 big, about 20. That $20 big, about $20. Did I mention it's got the soft grips? It's got the rubber grips. And 17 and a half, 20. That $20 big, about 20. $20 down, about 20. That $20 to $20, David. You get it. $20, 2.5. Hey, Kevin, you're out. $22.50. That $22.50 down, about $22.50 down, about $22.50. So $20 right here, number 134. $20, 134. Hey, my last item right here, I've got an ammo box. Now, if you don't have ammo, it works good for money. You can put whatever you want. You can put snacks in there and hide it away if you want to. All right, on a good ammo box there. There we go. Give me $20. Give it about $5, $10, $5 to $10 to $15, $20. $20 big, it's $25. $25 to $25, dig it about $25. $25 to $25. At $20 to $22.50 then. At $22.50, dig it about $22.50. At $22.50, dig it about $22.50. At $22.50, dig it about $22.50 down about $22.50. So $20 down here, number 148. 148. And once again, my name is Titus Utsi. The pleasure's been all mine. Thank you and God bless.
Well, thank you, Titus. As Lenny mentioned earlier, ladies and gentlemen, this is a live reel auction. If you've stumbled in by accident and not sure where you are at the Kansas Championship Auctioneer Finals. We have at the McCurdy trailer over here the opportunity to get bid number. If you don't have a bid number, that is how you participate in the auction. We want you to have fun today and support our 10 finalists here today at the championship. We will take time between each contestant as the judges put insightful information and comments on the score sheets, and this helps the contestants get better as they progress and compete again. Looks like our judges are ready for, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, contestant number 2.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Hunter Sturgis. I am from Oskaloosa, Kansas, and I will be contestant number 2. I've got 3 great items I'm going to sell to you. First one being lot number 2A is a set of 4 channel lock pliers right there, ready to go to work for you. Who'd start me off? We get 5. Unlimited 5. Thank you now. 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 5 here. 7.5, 10. Unlimited 10, number 10, 10, 10, 12.5. Unlimited 12, 15. 15 here, 15 there. Where do you go? 15. I'm 12.5 now. 15. Where do you go? 15 here, not 15 there, not 15. Where do you go? 15 here, not 15. Now 17, 50. Now 17, 50, 15 here. Now 17 half, 17 half, 17 half, 17 half, 17 half, 17 half. Now 20. Now 20. Now 22, 50. 22 and a half. 25. 25. Thank you for what you did do. 25. 25. 25. Sold at 22, 50. Up there in the stand. 133. 133. Thank you very much. Lot number 2B is this Plano Sportsman Trunk, 56 quart capacity. Guys, you can put your hunting gear in there, use it as a toolbox, put it in your truck and put it to work. Right there, who'd give me 10 for it? 10 now, 12.5, 12.5, 12.5, 12.5, 15, 15, 15, now 17, 50, and now 20. What do you get 20? Here, not 20, there, not 20. What do you get 20? 20 here, 20 there. What do you get 20? And 17 half, 20, 22.5, 22.5, 22.5, 25 here, 25. What do you get 25? Here, not 25, now 25. 22.5, get 5, 25 here. Got to be 25. Now 25. Sold at 22, 50. Put them on buyer number 115. 115 is a winner on that. The last and final item I have for you today is lot number 2C. It's a Kansas City Chiefs flag right there, guys, and they're going to be doing good this year with Mahomes. Alrighty, go and support them right there. You get 5 for it. Now 750. Have a 10. And 10 over 10. You're shaking your head the wrong way. It goes like this. And 10. And 10. What do you go 10? Here, not 10. There, not 10. And now 12 and a half on the middle of 12, 50. And 15 here, 15 there. What do you go 15? And 15 here, 15 there. What do you go 15 here, not 15 there, not 15. What do you go 15? And 15. 12 and a half, 15. 12 and a half, 13, 14, 14, 15, 15, 15. We broke it down for you. Let's finish it. $15. What's a dollar? On the middle of 15 here, 15 there. What do you go 15? 14, 15, 14, 15. Sold at $14. Put them on buyer number 140. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Hunter Sturgis from Oskaloosa, Kansas. Contestant number 2. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Hunter. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the contest today is sponsored by the Kansas Auctioneers Association. The purpose of the Kansas Auctioneers Association, found in the preamble of our Constitution, is to cultivate the spirit of cooperation, to improve our profession, and protect the interests of the auctioneer, as well as protect the public against unscrupulous practices. We do suggest, when it's time for you to conduct that auction, that you consider a member of the Kansas State Auctioneers Association. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, contestant number 3.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ty Patton from Benton, Kansas, and I'm contestant number 3. Appreciate you all coming out, braving the heat to support the Kansas State Fair and the Kansas Auctioneers Association. I have 3 fantastic items for you. Let's get right to work. First item, item 3A. Look at this double-walled tumbler here. You could use that today, fill it up. It'll still be cold tonight. Here we go. You tell me who you get $25 to go, and 25, who you get $25. Get 2.5 in little pieces. 2.5, 5, 2.5, 5, 7.5, 7.5, 10. Now 12.5, 15. 12, maybe get $15. 12, maybe get 15. I'm with you, Kevin. 12.5, now 15. Now 17.50, and $15. Now get 17.50. $15. Now get 17.5. Who do you get half? What do you get? 17.5. So $15. Now get 17.5. All in, all done. 15. Now get 17.5. So $15 making your way, $15 your way. Buyer 102, 102 is the buyer. Thank you. My second item, look at this, the tool bag here. If you're buying a lot of stuff at this auction, you might want to get this to help you haul it back to the truck. Here we go. And who do you get $30 to go? Who do you get 30? Who do you get 30? Who do you get 30? Take a long run. $5. And who do you get 5, 10. 5, get 10. Took it to the back. 5, get 10. 5, get 7.5 then. Help you out. 7.5. Now 10. 10, get 10, 10, 10, 7.5, 10. Now 12.5. 10, get 12.5. 10, get 12.5. I'm way in the back. 12.5. New money. And now 15. 12.5. Now to get a $15. 12.5. Now to get, I was betting on you, sir. 12.5. Now to get a $15 is all. 12.5. Now to get a $15. 12.5. Now to get 15. 15. Now 17.50. And now 20. 17.5. Now to get 20. Hit it, get 20. 17.5. Now to get 20. 17.5. Now to get 20. 20. 20. Now $2.5. $20. Hit it, get 2.5. $20. 2.5. Now to get a 5. 22.5. Now to get 25. 25. 25. 25. 22.5. Now to get 25. It's only money. 22.5. Now to get 25. Hammers up. 22.5. Now to get $25. Sold $22.50. Sold at $22.50. Your way. Buyer 133. Buyer 133. Thank you. Third item. Here's the one you've been waiting on. Look at this right here. The fishing cutlery. It's got everything you need. Oh my. Here's another story. Here you get a $50. And here you get a 50. Here you get 50. Here you get 50. Take a long run. $5. Now you get a 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 10. 5. Now you get 10. Now you get 10. 15. 20. 15. Now you get $20. 15. Now you get 20. Here you get 25. $20. Now you get 5. 5. 5. Now you get $25. $20. Here you get 25. 22.5. Help you out. $20. Here you get 2.5. 2.5. 2.5. $20. Now you get 2.5. 22.5. Now you get a 5. 22.5. Now you get $25. 22.5. I'm with Megan. 22.5. Now you get 25. Now 7.5. Megan, you're out. And whenever 7.5 and 30. 27.5. Now you get 30. Now you get 30. 27.5. Now you get $30. 27.5. Now you get 30. It's got the cutting board in there, guys. 27.5. Now you get 30s all. 27.5. Now you get 30. Now you get 30. Now you get 30. Last chance. 27.5. Now you get 30. Sold $27.50. Sold at $27.50. Megan, your way. 154, buyer 154. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that is all I have for you this afternoon. Thank you once again for coming out. Again, contestant number 3, Ty Patton. Thank you.
Thank you, Ty.
All right, so Tony, it's contest day, it's finals day. You and I have both been in this plenty of times. In fact, we competed against each other in New Orleans about 2 months ago.
We did. It was
in
a
the
fun
international
time.
championship. So, describe your nerves about 20 minutes ago.
Well, luckily this year, Lenny, I didn't really have any nerves because I wasn't back in the sequester room. But I'll tell you, most of us in the auction business, and especially if you compete in competitive auctioneering, generally before the contest you get a little fluttering of butterflies going. But what I tell folks now is if you don't get a little bit of that nerves, it's probably time to quit. It's all about getting them to fly in formation. Most of us back here that stand up on the stage to compete and work for you in the regular auction world, we want to do well, so sometimes we get a little nervous.
Yeah. I couldn't eat the night before. I got that bad. And obviously I made up for it, but that night before was always tough. Tony, I think your judges are ready.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, contestant number 4.
My name is Carson Hayes. I am from Newton, Kansas. I have 3 great items today. I am contestant number 4. I have 3 great items today for you. So 4A is going to be the work gloves. There's 5 pair of work gloves right there. Let's start off 2.5. Hit 2.5, 2.5 to 5. 5, now 7.5. Hit 10, 10, 10, that's 1.5. Now 15. Hit 15, now 15, now 17.5. Hit 17.5, half, 17.5. Now 15, now 17.5. 17.5, now 20. Hit 20, now 22.5. Hit 22.5, now 25, 25, now 27.5. Hit 27.5, half, 27.5. Hit 27.5, half, I'm 25 here, now 27.5. I'm at 25, now 7.5. I'm 25, now 7.5. Sold here, $25. Number 145, 145. My second item, item number 4B, is going to be the buck pocket knife right there. Buck pocket knife. Start at 5. Hit 5 on 5, now 7.5. Hit 7.5 to 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, now 12.5. Now 15, 15, 17.5. Hit 17.5, now 20, 20, now 22.5, now 25, now 27.5. Hit 27.5, half, 27.5, now 30. Hit $30, now 30, 30, 30, now $30, now 30, 30, now $30, now 30. Hit $30, now 30, 30, 30, now $30, now 30. I'm at 27.5 here now, 30, 30, now 30. I'm at 27, and now 30, 30. I'm at 27.5, now 30. Sold it here, 27.5. Number 122, number 122. And my third item, number 4C, is going to be the ratcheting tie-down strap. It's a 20-foot, 2-inch ratcheting tie-down strap right there. Start at 5. Hit 5, now 5, now 7.5. 7.5 to 10, 10, now 12.5, now 15. 15, now 15, now 17.5. Hit 17.5, 17.5, now 20. Hit $20, now 20, 20, 20, 20, $20, now 20. Hit $20, now 20, 20, 20, I'm at 17.5 here, now 20. Hit $20, now 20, 20, I'm at 17.5 here, now 20, 20, now 20, I'm at 17.5, now 20. Sold here 17.5. Number 132, 132. That is all my items. And like I said, I'm contestant number 4, and my name is Carson Hayes.
Thank you, Carson. As Lenny alluded earlier, the winner of today's championship gets to represent Kansas on the big stage at the IAC. And that is a tremendous honor, and for me, a responsibility. Didn't stay on the leaderboard quite as long as I'd have liked to, but a wonderful opportunity, and I just want to thank you guys as those of you who are coming here to support your favorite contestant, and the Kansas State Association for giving me the opportunity to participate and represent you at the IAC this year.
Yeah, you know, you make a great point about associations. Association membership is optional. You don't have to belong to the Kansas Auctioneers Association. You don't have to belong to the NAA. But when you're looking for an auctioneer, why wouldn't you want someone who subjects themselves to the professional standards and scrutiny of their peers and the association? The other great thing about working with one of our KA auctioneers is we had this morning in a meeting. I may get a call for someone that wants to sell a class of assets that I don't have a lot of particular expertise in, but my friend Bob Mcbride might, because if it's bucking bulls, he's one of the world's most noted authorities. So we bring in partnerships. We'll call one another to help work on sales. And so that's why you get a great advantage working with a KAA auctioneer.
That's one of the neat things of standing back in the sequester room. I know there's lots of nerves and things that go on, but there's tremendous bonds and friendships formed and networking that takes place back in that room. I mean, there's so many niches and so many asset classes that we participate in the auction business, and you and I are heavily involved in the fundraising world, but there's collectibles, antiques, real estate, all kinds of asset classes that your KA members can help you disperse. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage contestant number 5.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're having a good time here today at Kansas Auctioneer Days, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Quest Flessner. I am contestant number 5 here today, ladies and gentlemen, coming out of Taylor for you. I've got 3 brand new items here today, ladies and gentlemen, to sell for you. The first will be 5A, and that is a brand new, where we at here? Where's my strap at? It'll be a brand new right there. License plate cover, K-State license plate cover. This is collegiate, authentic license plate cover. This isn't a cheapo, gentlemen. Get your hands on this right here. Got one myself right on my truck, ladies and gentlemen. Brand new, never been opened. Get your hands on this right there. 5, 10, and 5 to the bottom of 10, to the bottom of hit about 10, 10, 15, 10 to the bottom of hit about 15, now 20, and get to the bottom of 20, now 25, and 25 to the bottom of hit about 5, get to the 5 to the bottom of 22 and a half, help somebody out, and 22 and a half, now 5, and get to the bottom of 25, 27 and a half, and 25 to the bottom of hit about 26, help you out, now 27, and 26 and 7, now 8 to the bottom of hit about 8, and 8 to the bottom of 20, 8 to the bottom of hit about 9, get 9, 29, now 30, and get to the bottom of hit about 30, to the bottom of hit about 30, get 30, now 31, and 31 to the bottom of hit about 1, get about 2, to the bottom of hit about 32, now hit about 3, get 3, get 3 to the bottom of hit about 33, to the bottom of hit about 4, and 34, now hit about 5, get 5, and 4 and 5, and hit about 35, to the bottom of you're out up there, 34 here, now 5, and give it to the bottom of hit about 5, to the bottom of 34, now hit about 5, get about 5, now 6, and 36, and 35 to the bottom of hit about thank you for what you did do, 35 here, now 36, and give it to the bottom of hit about 36, 5 and 6, give it to the bottom of hit about 36, to the bottom of y'all, and y'all done, it's been fun, 35, now hit about 36, sold $35 in the front row, 101 on that buyer number, 35 at 101. Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much for that. Ladies and gentlemen, my second item will be a 1-inch by 12-foot long lashing strap. If you didn't get a chance to look at this, this is brand new in the box. It has not been opened. Make a great addition to put in the lawnmower, put in the four-wheeler. When you get stuck, we got these rainy seasons coming. You'll be in charge right here, ladies and gentlemen. Again, brand new. It is 12-foot long, 330 pounds pulling strength on that strap right there, ladies and gentlemen. You tell me how many dollars where? 2.5 and 5, and 250 to the bottom. I hit about 5 to the bottom. I hit about 5. Now 7.5, and 10 to the bottom. I hit about 10 to the bottom. I hit about 10, 12 and a half, and 10 to the bottom. I 12 and a half to the bottom. I 10 to the bottom. 12 and a half. Now 15, and give it over 15. Now 17, 50, and 15 to the bottom. I hit about 17 half to the bottom. I 17 half. Now 20, and give it over 20, 20, 20. Now 250, and 22 to the bottom. I hit about 2 to the bottom. I 22 and a half to the bottom. I hit about 21. Now 2, and 21. Now 2, 2 now 3 to the bottom. I hit about 3. Got about 3 to the bottom. I 23. Now hit about 4. Got about 4 to the bottom. I 24. Now 5, and 24 and 5, and hit about 6 to the bottom. I hit about 26 and 7, and give it to the bottom. I hit about 7. Now 8, give 8 to 8 to the bottom. I 28 now 9, and 28 now 9. I hit about 30. Get 30 to the bottom. I hit the 30. 31 to the bottom. I hit about 1. Got about 2 to the bottom. I hit about 30. 2 now 2 now hit about 3, and 33 now 4. Hit about 4. Got about 4 to the bottom. You're out up there. 34 now 5, and 35. 34 and 5, 5 and 6 to the bottom. I hit about 36 to the bottom. I hit about 36, and 35 now hit about 6 to the bottom. I hit about 35. Now I mentioned this is once a year, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful weather. 35 up front. Now 6, and give it to the bottom. I hit about 36 to the bottom. I hit about 35 to the bottom. I hit about 6. Got about 6 to the bottom. I hit about 35 and hit about 6. Sold $35. Same way, 101, $35 on buyer Wire 101. Thank you very much, ma'am. You're going to enjoy that strap. My last and final item, ladies and gentlemen, get a look at here for you ladies right here. You gentlemen want to buy something for your ladies? This is an option right here. This is a weather vane that does have the pig on top of it. It is all metal. I had two people ask me in the back, is that metal or is that plastic? No, sir. It is metal right there with the price tag still on it, ladies and gentlemen. It is brand new. You put it to work for you. Put it in your house. Make a nice addition right there. On the brand new weather vane right there. 5, 10, and 5 to the bottom of my head, about a 10 to the bottom of my head, about 10, 15, and 10 to the bottom of my head, about a 15, now 20, and 15 to the bottom of my head, about a 20, 15 to the bottom of 17, help you out, 17 half, 17 half, and 16, and 15 to the bottom of my head, about $16, now 17, 16, 17, now hit about an 18 to the bottom of my head, about an 18, give 18, bit 18 to the bottom of my head, about an 18, 18, now 19, 18, now 19, now 20, and 20 to the bottom of my head, about 20 to the bottom of my head, about 20, new blood, now 21, and 21 to the bottom of my head, 2 to the bottom of my head, about 2, get about a 3 to the bottom of my 23, now hit about a 4, get about a 4, get about a 24 and 5, and 24 and 5 to the bottom of my 25, now 6 to the bottom of my head, about 26 and 7, and 7, now 8 to the bottom of my head, about an 8, and 8 to the bottom of my dollar, 28 to the bottom of 8, now hit about a 9, get 9, and 9, I hit about a 30, get 30, 30, now 1, and 31 and 2 to the bottom of my, you're out of pie, 32, now 3, and 33 to the bottom of my head, about a 3, 3, 3, 3, now hit about a 33 to the bottom of my 3, now 4, and get 34 for 4, now hit about a 4, get about a 4 to the bottom of my 33 up front, now hit about a 4, get about a 4, ma'ams, it's been a pleasure for you, 33, now 4, and get about a 4, now hit about a 4, get about a 4 to the bottom of my 33, and 4, and hit about a 4, get about a 4 to the bottom of my 33, 4, you waving at me, ma'am, 34, now 35, and 35, hit a bit of 5, and a 5, to the bottom of my hit a bit of 34, up high, now 5, and give it a bit of hit a bit of 5, thank you for what you did do, 34 and 5, give it a bit of hit a bit of 5, give it a bit of 5, hit a bit of 35, sold $34, sold $34, man, flash me your number one more time. You don't have a number, we will get you taken care of. Tony's a good man, he'll get you taken care of, or somebody here will get you taken care of, or if you want, come on down here, or I'll take care of you myself, ma'am. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I'm contestant number 5, Quest Flesner out of Taylor. It's been a pleasure. I appreciate everybody supporting the KA today and supporting the auction method of marketing. It's been a pleasure. God bless you.
Thank you, Quest. That last bidder would wave your hand. We're going to have one of the ringmen come to you. Right over there? Yes, sir. Thank you. Jeff will get you directed over there. Now, just out of curiosity, how many of you do not have friends and family in the contest, just stumbled into the fair, came to the fair just to watch the contest today? Show of hands. Awesome. How many of you have friends and family here? That's great. Now I want to tell you, as one of those that have stood back there a number of times, those contestants so appreciate your support and your bidding and coming out in this nice warm weather to support them. And as you see them walk around the fair later on today, pat them on the back and let them know that they did a good job. And they did a wonderful job just to get here to the finals, because I'm going to tell you, it's one of the most difficult things there is to compete in a contest and be up in front of a group of your auctioneer peers, because they all know how it's supposed to go. So that can be challenging. Pat them on the back, tell them they did a great job, and we are so glad you're here today. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, contestant number 6.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome each and every one of you here today to the Kansas Auctioneers Championship. It's good to see y'all. And I'm going to be selling you 3 items here. That first one right there, them's some elastic tie downs. There's 6 of them in there. There's 2 of them's 15 inch, 2 of them's 20 inch, 2 of them's 30 inch. You can tie everything down that you need. Right here, now, put it down there. What are we saying? $5 there. Now, put it down 5 wire and $5. Now, put it in 5 here and 5 wire, 5, 10, $10. Now, put it in 10, and 10 wire and $10. Now, $15. Now, put it in 15, 10, now 15, and now $20. Now, put it in 20, now 5, $25. Now, put it in 5, 20 here and 5, and $25. Now, put it in 5, 25, 20, 2 and a half, and 20 here and 2 and a half wire and 22 BD. Now, put it in 2 and a half, 20 here, 2 and a half, and 22 BD. Now, put it in 2 and a half and sold them right over there. $20, $20. 146, 146. Thank you. All right, the next item, we got a nice wall hanging right there. It's got its own metal, and it's all set up there for harvest. Fall decorations, hang it out on the patio, hang it in the kitchen, in the front room, whatever. Now, right there. Hey, he's a professional ring man. Now, what do we say there on the little decoration right there? $5 out. And put it down $5. Now put it in $5, $10, $10. Now put it in $10, $5 here, $10 where, $10. Now put it in $10 and $15, $15. Now put it in $15, now $20. Now put it in $20, now $5 and $25. Now put it in $5, $20 here and $5. Now put it in $5, $20 here and $5. Now $7.5 and $20 some $50. Now put it in $7.5, $25, $7.5 and $20 some $50. Now put it in $7.5 and $25, $7.5, $7.5 and $30 and $30. Now put it in $30, now put it in $32.5 and $32.50. Now put it in $2.5 and $30 here and $2.5 where and $32.50. Now put it in $2.5, sold them $30. Put them on 100, buyer number 100. Thank you. Now for the last item, ladies and gentlemen, this is a bag chair, and it's a good one. It's got the armrest on it. It's got the cup holder on it, and it's going to be 6B. It's going to be your lot number right there on the back chair right there. And what do we say there? $5 there. Now put it in $5. Now put it in $5 and $10. Now put it in 10 and 5 right there. Got to be 10 and $10. Now put it in 10, 5 here and 10 where and $10. Now 15, $15. Now put it in 15 and 10, 15. 15 now is $20. Now put it in 20 and $20. Now put it in 20, 20. Now put it in 20, 15 now, 17, 50. Now put it in 7.5 and 15 here, 7.5, 17, 50. Now put it in 7.5, 15 now, 7.5 and 17, 50. Now put it in 7.5. Sold it $15, $15. Put it on 114, 114. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Eric Boone from the Yates Center, contestant number 6.
Thank you, Eric. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Lenny and I talked a little bit about the responsibilities of the champion that is crowned today, going to represent the Kansas Association at the IAC. Another wonderful responsibility or opportunity afforded to the champion. They get to come back this Saturday and sell the chainsaw carvings. Now, if you've never been, and I believe about a block north of here over toward Gate 3, the chainsaw carvers are madly going at it today, carving some wonderful, wonderful pieces of art. All of those are going to be available Saturday to be purchased through the auction method of marketing. So if you've not been, that is a neat thing to come back for. Some really, really neat pieces of art and a neat opportunity for our champion to come back and showcase their talents. 4 o'clock Saturday on this stage. Be there. Now, I hate to argue with you. The young lady out front says the program says it's 3 o'clock. They changed the time. If you're here at 3, you'll be early. You get to look through them. That's what they were making sure you were prepared. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, contestant number 7.
Good afternoon. I'm Troy Weedle from McPherson, Kansas, contestant number 7. I would like to thank each and every one of you for attending our auction today. I've got 3 terrific items I'm going to auction. My first item, 4 tie-down straps. These are 15 foot in length. They are rated 400 pounds. These particular tie-down straps are great to use for a wealth of different items. You can use them even for a motorcycle. And what am I bid? Who will give me $50? And 50 and a 50, and what do you get a 50? How about 10? 10 to start it. 10 and 10, and what do you get a 10? And 5 on the money now, 7.5. $5 bid now, 7.5, and 7.5, and 10 and 10, and what do you get a 10? 7.5 bid now, 10 and 10, and what do you get a 10? And 10 now, 12.5. $10 bid now, 12.5, and a 15, 15, better get a 15, what do you get a 15? 15, 15, how about 15? What do you get a 15? Better get a 15, 15, 15, 15 there now, 7.5. 15 bid now, 7.5, and what do you give me 7.5? 15 bid now, 7.5, and 7.5, and how about what do you give me 17.5? 17.5? 17 and a half, now 20, 17 and a half, now 20, 20 there, now 25, $20 bid now 25, 25 there, and 30, 25 bid now 30, and 35, what do you give me 35, how about 35, better get a 35, $30 bid now 32 and a half, $30 bid now 32 and a half, 32 and a half, and what do you give me 32 and a half, 32 and a half, now 35, anybody 35, what do you give me 35, 35, last chance, 35, what do you give me 35, Sold 32 and a half. Sold 32 and a half. 137, 137. For my next item, I have a wall hanging. It says welcome. It can be used in your home. It can be used in your office. Nice little pickup truck with a harvest design. And what am I bid? Who can be $5 on that? Five and a five and a bid to get a five and a would get a five. $5, $5, how about five on the bid now 7.5. $5 bid now 7.5, 7.5. Would you go 7.5? How about 7.5? 7.5 now 10. 7.5 bid now 10 and 10 and bid get a 10 and would get a 10. 7.5 bid now 10, 10, 10 now 12 and a half. 12 and a half and a 15, 15. How about 15? Would you give a 15? Bid get a 15. How about 15? 15, 15. Would you get a 15? How about 15? Would you give a 15? Sold 12 and a half. Sold 12 and a half to number 152. Number 152. For my third and final item, I have a little lamp that pulls up. It's a small, lightweight. However, it packs a lot of light. And what my bid? Who's going to be $5 on that? Five and a five and a bid to get a five. Five on the money now 7.5. $5 on the bid now 7.5. Now 10, 10 and 10 and would you get a 10 and how about 10? 10 now 10 now 10, 10 now 12 and a half. $10 bid now 12 and a half on a 15, 15. Would you get a 15? 15 there now 17 and a half. 17 and a half now 20. 17 and a half in the back. 20 now 21. 21, 21. Would you go 21? How about 21? How about 21? Would you go 21? $20 bid now 21. You know, that does not require any kerosene. It works off of 3 batteries. It's completely electric. I got $20 looking for 21. 21, 21. How about 21? 20, 21 now 2. $21 bid now 2 and 22 now 23. 23, 23. Would you get 23? How about 23? Better get 23. Would you get 23? How about 23? 23. Sold $22. Sold $22. 122. That's my third and final item. I am Troy Weedle from just down the road in McPherson, Kansas.
Thank you, Troy. You know, Lenny, one of the most, I think a big misconception that many people have about auctions is that they think auctions are for distressed assets. And that is really a misconception because there are a large number of really wonderful things that are desirable, firearms, real estate, and other things that many buyers want to seek after. And there is no better way for price discovery than the auction method of marketing to market those assets and come up with the best price and the highest price achievable for those sellers. And the neat thing about the Kansas Auctioneers Association, one of the opportunities that we have as a member is to attend our association meetings and get all kinds of exposure to education and other professionals in the industry and learn the best way to do that.
Yeah, Tony, you just reminded me, we were talking about selling really high quality, high dollar items. There was recently some notoriety about an auction that occurred. It was done by an auction company out of Great Britain, one of those big fancy auction companies, and they were selling an item that they thought would bring around $20 million. So this is why clarity is important. In his proper British accent in the auction, the auctioneer said, "Who'll give 13,000? 13,000, 13, thank you, 13, 14,000, 14,000, 14, now 15,000, 15, 60. And the people are going, good night, he's up to 60 million. It was a million. No, I said thousand. Should have been million. He's up to $60 million. They think he sold an item for, he was asking $70 million in the bidding stop. It was just his accent. He was saying 13, not 30, 13. And so it was a huge mess. They had collected a huge advance fee for selling the item, and the asset did not sell because nobody knew what the bid was. So clarity is important. They're ready.
Yes, it is, Lenny. Clarity is important. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, contestant number 8.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Clay Shart from Table Rock, Nebraska, contestant number 8 today. First and foremost, I do want to thank each and every one of you in the stands who's not directly involved in the auction industry, guys, but who's here to support us as competitors. It really is appreciated. To the Kansas Auctioneers Association, as well as the judges, you guys have done great on this contest. Without further ado, let's go down to Lot 8A, guys. And Lot 8A is a set of screwdrivers. There's 12 in there, Pittsburgh and brand, you tell me. And how many dollars on them? And $5 here to let y'all in right away. 5, 10, and $10, $10, where? 10, 15, now $20, now 25, and $25, $25, 30, and $30, now do it again, 30, 30, 30, where? And $30, do it again, 30. I know you want them, and $30, did you do it? $30, where? And $30, now $30, where? And $27.50, and 27 half. He says yeah, or he says no, I say yes. 27 half, where? And gonna be $27.50, where? And last call, 27 half, where? Sold them out right over there, $25. Put them on buyer number 103, takes them for $25. Right here, lot 8B, guys, the Jayhawks pennant. Now, who's a Jayhawk fan and who's a K-State fan? What type of fans do we have more of in the building? You bid right here, you tell me. Here we go. And how many dollars on them? And $5. And $5, $5, and $5, 10, now 10, 15, and 15, 20, now 5. And $25, 25, where? 2.5. And 22.5. I know it's a wall hanger for you. And $22.50. And 22 half. Did you now? $22.50. This side, don't be shy. And 22 half. What do you say? $22.50. Where? 2 half. Now 5. And $25 now. Do it again. 25, 5, 5. One time. And $25. 25. One time. $25. And all in, all done. 25. Sold them out right down here. 22 and a half. 103 takes them again. Thank you, sir. Right here, guys. Oh, you got the 14-ounce mug right there. Let me tell you, holds just like a Yeti. I'm talking about put the coffee, put the mixed drink. You do whatever you want with it. And right there, you tell me how many dollars on it. And 5, now $10, $10, where? And $10, $10, 10, and 10, and 10, now 10, 15, and $15, $15, where? 15, 20, and $20, now $20, and 20. You know you want it. And $20, now $20, and $20, where? And $20. And 17 half, and 17.50, and 7. What's $2.5 more in a situation like this? You could be enjoying a fresh cup of coffee tomorrow morning in that mug, 17.50, and you got it. And 17 half, and 17.50, where? And gonna be 17.50, where? Let's call 17.50, where? 17 half, 20, and $20, where? And $20 now, let's call, and $20 now, where? $20 now, where? Sold them out your way, $17.50. Put them on buyer 152. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, my name's Clay Sharp, contestant number 8 from Table Rock, Nebraska. Thank you, and God bless you all, Kansas. Thank you.
Thank you, Clay. You know, as Lenny mentioned, this is a one-year commitment for whoever we crown the champion. They do come in January to the annual meeting for the preliminary round. They come back today for the sub-preliminary round, which is what they're in now. There's 10. We are going to narrow that down to 5 after this round of judging. Those 5 will come back, and they will get 2 questions that they get the opportunity to answer. Then they'll sell 2 more items before we crown the champion today. And as I mentioned, then they get to come back in Saturday to sell the chainsaw carved art, and then they get to come back to next year's convention and participate there in the preliminary round, and then they get to come back next year to the state fair. So it is a long-term commitment, and let's give all these past champions, raise your hand if you're a past champion. You were introduced a while ago in Kansas, Shannon. It is a long-term commitment, and you'll notice out here in the Red Jackets, they come back and continue to help, even driving from Oklahoma and other states. So thank you guys for your support. Ladies and gentlemen, contestant number 9.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank everyone for coming out here today. My name is Daniel Gutierrez. and I am contestant number 9. I'm a bilingual auctioneer from Wichita, Kansas, and I have 3 items that I'm going to sell you here this afternoon in both English and in Spanish. My first item I have here is going to be this tool set right here. It's a 6-piece plier set. It's got the needle nose and the diagonal cut, and a couple others there for you. Here we go. What do you want to give on this one? Set it in. Who will give 25 to go? Give 25, 25, bid at 25, 25, 5. And now 10, 10 bid at 10, 10, 10, $10. Now 15, 15 bid at 15, give $15. 12.50. Thank you. And now 15, 15 bid at 15, 15, 15. And now 17.50, 17.50 bid at 17.50, 20, 20 bid at 20. Your turn. Give 20, 20. Now 22 and a half, 22 and a half bid at 22 and a half, 22 and a half. Now 25, 25, 5, give $25, 25 bid at 25, 25, sigues tú, 25, 25, 25 bid at 25, I'm bid at 22 and a half, give 25, 25 bid at 25, 25, sold it, 22 and a half, your way. Bidder number 106. Bidder number 106. Bidder number 106. Next item I have here for you. Item number 2, item number 9B is the Kansas Jayhawk license plate frame. Good quality metal frame construction. Here we go for you Jayhawk fans. What do you want to give? Set it in. Who give $10 to go? Give $10. 10 bid at 10, 10, 10. Who give $10? 2.5. Take a long run. 2.5. And now 5. 5 bid at 5, 5, 5. Give $5. $5 bid at 5. Bid at 5. Here we go. Give $5. And now 7.50. 7.50 bid at 7.50. Thank you. And now 10. 10 bid at 10, 10, 10. $10. $10 bid at 10. Give $10. $10 bid at 10, 10, 10. I bid at 7.50 here. Give $10. Rock Chalk Jayhawk. Give $10. $10 bid at 10. $10. Thank you. And now 12.50. 12.50. You almost had it. Give 12.50. 12.50 bid at 12.50. Give 12.50. 12.50 bid at 12.50. 12.50. Sold it. $10 your way, sir. Bidder number 118. Bidder number 118. Thank you there. My third and final item, item number 9C, is this mesh chair here from Academy Sports. Not only does it have the nice mesh construction, it also has the mesh cup holder to keep those drinks secure. Here we go. What do you want to give this one? Set it in. Who gives 25 to go? Give $25. 25 bid at 25. Take a long one. Give 5. 5 bid at $5. Now 10. 10 bid at 10, 10, 10. Give $10. $10 bid at 10, 10, 10. 10 and now 15. 15 bid at 15. Give 15. 15 and now 20. 20 bid at 20. Give $20. 20. 20. 17.50. 17.50 bid at 17.50. Help you out. Give 17.50. 17.50 bid at 17.50. Thank you. And now 20. 20 bid at 20. Give $20. 20 bid at 20. Now 22 and a half. 22 and a half bid at 22 and a half. Give 22 and a half. Maybe if I ask you in Spanish, you'll bid again. 22.50. Give me that. 22.50. 22.50. Give me that. 22.50. Now 25. 25 bid at 25. 25. You're out. Give 25. 25 bid at 25. Gotta go. 25 bid at 25. Sold it. 22 and a half your way. Bidder number 102. Bidder number 102. Again, I want to thank everyone for coming out. My name is Daniel Gutierrez, contestant number 9.
Thank you, Daniel. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have some programs around. I see a number of you are holding the program for the championship, and in there we have information on each of the contestants. If you did not have an opportunity to pick one of those up, I've got a few extra that I can hand to Eve or Megan, and they can get those around if you're interested. Inside the program, you may have noticed there's a note sheet for you, and if you haven't started following along to grade all 10 contestants, we'll make it easier for you. Here shortly, we're going to narrow it down to 5, and you can be a judge as well and keep some notes and help decide in your own mind who you think we should crown as the 2019 champion. Is there anybody else needs a program? I'll put Eve to work. We'll pass those around. It's been brought to my attention that there is a black iPhone apparently lost in the stand, so if you stumble across that, if you would bring it back up to the scoring table back here, and we will get that to the rightful owner. And we might sell it. We auctioneers do that, especially if we find out it belonged to another auctioneer. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for our next contestant at this time. Welcome, contestant number 10.
afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Arlen Eicher, contestant number 10. It's an honor for me to be here today and share the stage with my fellow contestants and the day with you, and especially you judges. It's an honor to be here. I have 3 great items, but before I do that, I know we're all having fun out here, but let's not forget our heroes and what happened 18 years ago. With that, I have my first item is a heavy-duty ratchet strap. There we go. Y'all know what to do with this, and you never have one too many. There we go. Here in a minute, 5. That's 5. Here in a minute, here in 10. Here in a minute, 5. 750. That's 750. Not 10. Not 10. Here in 10. Not 10. 12 and a half. 15. 15. Not a minute. Here in 15. Not a minute. Here in 15. 15. Not a minute. Here in $15. I'm a straight away at 12 and a half. Gotta be 15. Now 17.50. And at the 20. At 20 back at you. On a minute and 20. Not a minute. Here in $20. Here in 20. On a minute and 20. Not a minute. Here in 20. Did I mention it's got 3,000 breakaway strength? On a minute and then on a minute and $20. Here I'm at 70, 50, 20. At 20. That a minute and here in $20. Here in a minute and 20. Give me 20 one more time. At 20. Here in a minute and 70 half. Here in 20. Sold. Straight down the middle. 17.50 to buyer number 133. Thank you very much. My next item is an ammo box. There we go. On a minute, and you can store anything in this, or you can use it as your purse. How about that? That'll be a first. There we go. Here in a minute on the ammo box there. Somebody here in a minute, and a Tony here in a minute. How about 5? Not 5. Not 750. Not 750. Not 10. Not 10. Here in 10. Not a bit of 10. Not 12 and a half, Megan. Not 12 and a half. Here in 10. Not a bit of here in 12 and a half. Here in 12. 15. Not 15. Not 15. Not a bit of here. We do 15, sir. On a minute and 15. Not a bit of here in 15. It's got the handle on top, being carried anywhere. On a minute and 15. Not a bit of we do 15. Now 17.50. On a minute and 70 half. I'm at 15. Not a bit of here to 17.50. Now 17.50. Not a bit of here to 70 half. 17.50. Sold at $15 to buyer number 145. Thank you very much, sir. On my last item is a 32-piece screwdriver set. And there we go, here in a minute, it's got all your screwdrivers. There we go, here in a minute, how about that? On a minute and $10, on a minute and $10, 5, 7.50, 7 half, 10. 10 here to not 12 and a half. I'm at 10, 12 and a half, making 15. 15 to the minute, and now 17.50. On a minute and 70 half. I'm straight away, 15, 17.50, not 20. 20 that a bit here to 20. Thank you, not 22 and a half. 22, 50 that a bit here to 22 and a half, here to 22.50. I'm at 20 straight away, 22 and a half, here to 20. Did I mention it's got the case? That way you don't lose them. $20, 22 and a half. $20 here to 2 and a half, 22 and a half. Sold. $20 straight away. Sorry about that. To buyer number $20 to buyer number 138. 138. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's been an honor to be here today. Arlen Eicher, contestant number 10.
Thank you, Arlen. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the first round of the semifinals here. That is you've seen the 10 contestants. Now, Lenny, as any auctioneer will tell you, when somebody knows you're an auctioneer, they find out you're an auctioneer, one of the first things they say is, so you can talk that, you can do that talk. You can do that, right?
All right?
So everybody wants you to do that. So what we are actually saying as an auctioneer, it is actually a form of two-way communication. It is our chant. And we're passing a lot of information back and forth when we do that. An auctioneer is doing all the talking, but it is communication because we're sharing with you the bid that we have, and then we're sharing with you the bid that we're asking for, and then you as a buyer communicate to us that, yes, I will give that bid. Now, Lenny, some of them bat an eye, some of them do a thumb, some of them do different things, but that is the chant. That is what is well recognized as what an auctioneer does. It's our chant. And very simply, when you get out of auction school perhaps, or when you're first starting, it is $1 bid, now 2. I'm saying I have $1 bid, and now I'm asking for 2. $1 bid, now 2. Will you give me 2? And so, as you mentioned earlier, each auctioneer colors it up, adds their own personality, but that is one of the categories that the contestants are judged on today, is their chant, which is made up of our clarity, our speed, our rhythm, and everything that goes into what we say for that two-way communication.
That's exactly right. And the filler words that we use in between those numbers are more than just words or gobbledygook. Sometimes we're communicating with a bid assistance. You might listen for an auctioneer to say something like, I have a man, I got a rock, money's on. All of those things are telling the bid assistants that they have a bid and they're ready to proceed to the next level, or their bidder is out. So there's a lot of communication, not just with the auctioneer and the bidders, but the auctioneer and the professional ringmen.
Lenny, as an auctioneer, what is your favorite filler word? What do you like to say when you're doing that magic chant?
I usually say it depends. You know, you have to think about what's coming after it. 30 is 2 syllables, 35 is 2 syllables, 37 and a half is more. So sometimes they say, do you want to bid 35? I'm bid 35 now, got a bid to be 40. Got a bid to be, do you want to bid? Are kind of the two that I use the most, but I try to keep it conversational and reactionary if I can.
You know, I don't get to use it very often, but one of my favorite filler words, and I get this from a gentleman that you probably know by the name of Spanky Assiter. He said, and I heard this in a program that he gave, and I love it. He said his favorite filler word is million.
Oh, that's good.
I'm at 1 million too. I'm 1 million too, and to get 3 million. That's a great filler word.
That's a great filler word. Right now, the judges are tabulated, or the judges' scores are being tabulated. We had 10 contestants come out, each sell 3 items, as you're all aware. Now, we're going to narrow the field down to the top 5. So of those 10, 5 will advance to the absolute final round, which is coming up in just a moment. In this round, the contestants will be asked to sell a couple of items, but Tony, they have to stand out here and they're each going to answer 2 questions. And as far as I know, you and I are the only 2 that know those 2 questions. They're all being asked the same questions.
They're going to get the same question. And I'll tell you know, I told them backstage, and I'll tell you, there's no right or wrong answer to the question. It's their opinion. It's how they represent and share information about the auction industry, and that's what the judges are going to be looking for. How do they communicate and share information about themselves and the auction industry and represent? And the reason that's important, some people say, well, why do you have interview questions in an auctioneer contest? Well, it's very important as we select our Kansas champion. You know, they're going to have the opportunity perhaps to be interviewed on the radio and TV and go out and represent the Kansas Auctioneers Association in a number of events. And so we want that spokesperson to be a good communicator and to represent the Kansas Auctioneers Association in a good manner, which is why we have interview questions.
In a like manner, when we do an auction for a client, we're called upon to tell about that client's history and describe the assets that they have. And so a good auctioneer needs to be able to communicate with the crowd, needs to be able to share ideas, thoughts, information, and that's what we're looking for today when we do the interview.
You also have to think on your feet, because you know you might have information that it's at 4 o'clock and then someone tells you at 3 o'clock and you just got to roll with it and do what you need to do.
I don't know if any of you have ever heard an auctioneer referred to by the term colonel. Colonel Wisely, do you call yourself colonel?
I do not refer to myself as colonel, but I will tell you, there's one gentleman in the crowd, and there's a few other people in my community that address me occasionally at an auction as colonel, and I will tell you that is met with great respect, and I so appreciate when they understand. Now, oftentimes, and this has happened a few times, they may call me colonel, but they don't know why an auctioneer is colonel.
Well, that's absolutely true. And you know, the term colonel goes back to the days of post-Civil War when we were buying up items to fight the war. And so the Union soldiers were amassing guns and horses and saddles and rations and shovels and all the things that they needed to fight. And at the end of the war, we didn't have the kind of internet communication in 1865 we do today. And so the
internet was really slow then.
It was a lot slower then. There wasn't 5, it was like 1G in those days, I think. It was only 1G.
Half G.
And so the United States Army declared that colonels should dispose of this excess property by calling together in a public forum the crowds that would be interested in buying items that had been paid for with public tax dollars. So auctions were set up to be a fair way to dispose of excessive government property. The colonels were the ones commissioned to it, and it's stuck ever since 1865. Anybody who has the title auctioneer also may use the title colonel.
And people will will call me that, and then someone will think, well, I was in the military. Well, no, it has nothing to do with the military except back to the history.
Well, your haircut.
Well, exactly. They're still doing their gazintas. We're going to find out very soon who those top 5 are.
You know, you asked about filler words, my favorite filler words. When you go to auction school, another thing that we do is we do practice a lot of tongue twisters. And those tongue twisters help us learn how to say the alliteration of certain sounds. So the first one that I learned was how to say the B sound rapidly back to back. Not every auctioneer may use the B sound in their chant. I don't. But I still know how to say a big brown bug bit a big brown bear because I did that 2,000 times. Hey, we have our finalists ready to move to the top 5. Would you do the honors?
Thank you, Lenny. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, let's get all of our 10 finalists to the stage. And I guess if they're not in here, do they still get to participate? Yeah. We're going to bring all 10 finalists out. I'm sure Aaron is coming forward to get a picture. It is entirely appropriate for you to put your hands together and congratulate these 10 wonderful auctioneers for making it to the final round of the Kansas Championship. They're all a little nervous. Their knees are a little weak. They might be shaking a little bit. But I have in my hand, fresh off of the porch of Funk and Wagnall, out of a mayonnaise jar, the 5 finalists. And I'm going to announce those finalists in no particular order. And as I announce, they'll step forward. Finalist number 1, Arlen Eicher. Finalist number 2, Ty Patton. Finalist number 3, Titus Yutzi. Number 4, Quest Fletcher. And I'm going to call one more now. They're all kind of standing there nervous. Guys, if your name does not get called today, come back and do it again. Enjoy it over and over because you're going to miss it when you can't do it anymore. But the number 5 finalist that gets to go back in the sequester room very shortly, Clay, is it Shart? There you go, Clay Shart. Ladies and gentlemen, your 5 finalists for the championship round of the Kansas Auctioneers Championship. We will swiftly drag them away very soon to the sequester room. At this time, she's walking away, but Megan turned around and come this direction. We're going to bring Megan McCurdy to the stage, one of our past state champions and a past IAC women's champion, Megan McCurdy, to sell an item.
All right, ladies. I know you're Megan. It's okay. Everybody knows there's Megan McCurdy in the auction world. That works. What do we have to sell? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for being here. We appreciate it. Do we have an item?
I'll remind you, Megan McCurdy Needens is not only a past Kansas champion, she's a past president of the KAA, and she competed and won the International Auctioneer Championship. Megan, wow, look at this.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is a holster for your drill. Or whatever. All right, here we go, right there, ladies and gentlemen. What do you want to give? Guys, what do you want to guess? Want to get $5? Let's go. And I'm $5 now, $7.50 then. I'm $5 now, $7.50, $7.50, $7.50, $7.50 now 10. And I'm $10 now, $12.50. And I'm $10 now, $12.50, $12.50, $12.50, $12.50, $12.50, $10 now, $12.50 all. And I'm $10 now, $12.50, $12.50, $12.50, $10 now, $12.50. So $10 right down front, bidder number 104. Again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for supporting the contestants today and watching the Kansas Auctioneers Association.
Tony, what do you say we keep a little parade going?
A little parade?
Parade of champions?
Hey, let's put them on the spot.
Let's go back in time to the year 2004. 2004 champion is in the house. all the way from Valley Falls, Kansas. Are you surprised I actually named your real city?
Remember.
Please welcome the 2004 champion, past president of the KAA, Andy Concert.
Hi, folks. Thanks for coming out and supporting these contestants today. I'll tell you what, it takes a lot of nerve to get up here in front of your peers and do this. So we can stand out in front of the general public and to 1,000 people and sell all day long, but to get up in front of your cohorts is a whole different ballgame. So we appreciate you. This is a 3/8 inch by 75 foot camouflage poly rope. In Oklahoma, they say, get a rope. I'm going to $1 here, I'm going to buy $1 here, 2.5, 5. I'm going to $7.50, I'm going to $7.5. I'm going to 10, 10, 10, 10, to the band, I'm going to 10, 12.5. I'm going to 12.5 here to the band, I'm going to 12.5. I'm going to 12.5. How about you, sir? I'm 12.5 here, I'm 12.5, 15. I'm going to buy 15 here to the band, I'm going to buy 15 there. I'm 12.5 now, $15. I'm going to buy 15 here, I'm going to buy 15. Sir, that's cheap even by your standards. Give me 15. I'm 12.5 now, $15 here to the band, I'm going to buy 15. Here we go, I'm going to buy 15.5. Sold right down here, 12.5. Buyer number is 113. 12.5, buyer number 113. Thank you.
Thank you, our 2004 champion, Mr. Andy Concert. Up next, the 2016 Kansas Auctioneer champion and multiple-time finalist in International Auctioneer Championship. We believe she'll be the 2020 International Auctioneer Champion from Kansas City. Please welcome Eve Rojas.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Such a beautiful, glorious day. Appreciate you all being out here in this warm sun supporting all of us at the Kansas Auctioneers Association. So what I have here is a nice item for you to have a cool, refreshing beverage or some wonderful hot coffee in the morning. Alrighty then, what are we going to say? What are we going to pay to get in? $10? One, let's have some fun. Hey, but I bid one money at $250, now $500. Now what do we say at $750? Hey, but I bid $750, but I get $50, but I get $50, but I get $750 right here. Now $10 here, now 12 and a half. Hey, but I bid 12 and a 50, but I get 50, but I get 50, but $12.50, now $12.50. Hey, but I bid $12.50, now 15. Hey, but I bid 15, but I get 15, but I get 15, now 15, now 15. Bid 15. Anybody want to make it $15? $12.50 here, $15 money where? Anybody want to make it 15, but I get 15, but I get 15, bid 15, bid 15. Sold right here, $12.50. Thank you so much. Bidder number 101101.
Thank you, Eve. I hope you are the 2020 IC Women's Champion, and I want to be standing next to you. At this time, I'd like to call up the 2012 Kansas champion. Oh, and he remembered the year because he started heading this way. Also from Oklahoma, fellow Oklahoman, Jeff Crisp.
Welcome once again, ladies and gentlemen. We're tickled to death to have you all here with us today. I have 6 tie-down straps there and a nice plastic jug. You can keep them all accounted for right there. And get in here and have it up on there, have it up on 250. Yes, 50 here and have it up on 2.5 money here and have it up on 5 where? I'm a 2.5 bid and buy to buy. Now 7.5, thank you, sir. It's 7.5 to bid and have it up on 7.5 to buy and fall. Have it up on 7.5 down front, not 10. It's 10, 10, 10. Have it up on 10 to win. Have it up on 7.5 bid, 10 to buy. Have it up on 10, but a get 10 call. I'm at 7.5 here and have it up on 10, 10, 10. Have it up on 10. Last call. It's 10 to bid, have it up on 10 to win on dollar through half. Sold them down front, 7.5. Buyer number today is 113113. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. Lenny, have you sold an item? We're ready? Well, he's going to double check backstage to make sure our contestants are ready. And we will begin the next phase, the final round. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so this is not confusing. I will let you in on a little secret. We did not renumber. We did not change what the contestants knew as their contestant number. So I will call numbers what will seem out of order, but that was their number in the round that we just watched. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, contestant number 1, which is contestant number 1.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Titus Utsi. I am contestant number 1 right here from Hutchinson, Kansas. It is truly an honor to be back in the finals at the Kansas Auctioneer contest today. Mr. Wisely, I understand you have some questions for me.
Describe an auction to someone who has never attended one.
All right. This is a great question. We often ask people at our auctions, have you ever attended an auction? It's amazing how many people never have. So I'm going to do my best to describe an auction to someone that's never attended one. I would probably tell anyone that's never attended an auction first, it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. You're going to see items there you may have never seen before. You're going to get caught up in the moment and buy things you never intended to buy. You're going to love the competitive nature. But no, an auction is the only method of marketing that we use competitive bidding to sell assets, whether that be real estate, whether that be antiques, whatever we're selling. So if you have never attended an auction, I would encourage you to go to an auction this Saturday or this tomorrow if you can. But an auction is an exciting event where items get sold for the highest price possible with true price discovery. So that is why you want to attend an auction.
You are having a conversation with a new auctioneer 2 months out of auction school. What advice would you give them to grow as a professional and become a better auctioneer?
I was there once myself, 2 months out of auction school, or 2 months into my auction career. I would tell any new auctioneer, you've got to do a couple things. You're going to have to find a mentor to mentor you in the auction business. It could be your local auctioneer. It could be someone you met wherever. But you're also going to need to join the Kansas Auctioneer Association, especially if we're talking about someone in the state of Kansas. You're going to need to join your local state association. When I joined the Kansas Auction Association in 2006, I joined probably to see what I could get out of the association, and I did get a lot out of the association. But when I joined the Kansas Auctioneer Association, I had no idea the benefits and the networking, the great classes they put on, and the lifelong friendships that you will develop by joining your local and National Auctioneer Association, but in this case, the Kansas Auctioneer Association. They're a world-class organization for auctioneers in the state of Kansas. All right, I'm going to have the pleasure to sell you the next 2 items. The auction is back on. I have a 9-piece combination wrench set, metric set right there, and it's Pittsburgh, and it's a good one. How many dollars? Hey, how many dollars here? $5, $7.5, $10 down, $10 big at about 10, $12.5 big at about 15, $15, $17.5, $17.50 David about $17.50, $17.50 now $17.50, not $20, $20 not too high, $22.50 not $25, $25 not $25, $25 $7.5, $27.5. At $27.5, $30, at $30, not $30, not $30, at $30, your man's out of here, $30, at $30, not $30, not $30, at $27.5, gonna be $30, not $30, at $30, not $30, not $30, not $30, having about $30 bit. So $27.50 up on the hill. 137, bidder number 137 for $27.50. My second item is one you're gonna enjoy. It's blessings. It's fall, y'all. It's fall, okay? Just about. The temperatures don't feel like that today, but it is fall. I've got this blessing cross right there to put outside your door. Good decoration piece there. And how many dollars here? Here we go. How many out here? 25. $5 here. 7.5. $5. 8.5. 10. $10. 10. 12.5. 12. 50. $15 here. About 17.50. That's 17.50 gonna be 20. $20 to 2.5. 22.50. 22.50 gonna be 22.50. 25. 25 gonna be 25. 25. 7.5. 27.5. Money's down here. 25. 7.5. Your man's out. At 27.50. At 30. Now 30. Now 30. At $30. Now $30. Now 30. At $30. How about 28, sir? At $28 bid. At $28 bid to 29. At $29.99. Now 30. At $30 bid gonna be 30. At $30 now 30. At $30. What do you think? Gonna be 30. Gonna be 30. At $30. $29 bid. Get about $30 bid. So $29 on number 110. Number 110 for $29. Once again, my name is Titus Utsi, contestant number 1 from Hutchinson, Kansas. Thank you.
Thank you, Titus. Once again, we'll have a little bit of time between contestants as our judges put great comments that help them be better next time they compete. Hopefully you're following along in your program, making some notes, doing your own judging of the contestants. The judges don't know it. Actually, they probably do when they agree to judge. You're going to get an opportunity to hear each one of them sell here in a little while. And I may plant a seed in their head or point out that you probably get to see 3 different styles of auctioneering. Because although each of them can handle, and I'm sure do each, we have a very seasoned livestock auctioneer. We have someone that does very, very well in the real estate and personal property world, and we have someone who does a lot in the benefit and fundraising world. So it will be interesting to see the different chants and styles that the judges bring to the stage here in a little while. And now, ladies and gentlemen, finalist number 2, who was contestant number 3.
Good afternoon once again, ladies and gentlemen. Ty Patton from Benton, Kansas, contestant number 3. Thank you for sticking with us here, seeing it through to the end. And I'd be remiss if I didn't thank our judges for donating their time to help us out, and of course to all the volunteers who helped put on the event to make the Kansas Auctioneers Association Championship the finals here at the fair. So, Mr. Wisely, I understand we need to tackle some questions.
Describe an auction to someone who has never attended one.
Hey, there you go. Well, I would put it this way. Imagine if when you shop for an item, rather than someone tell you what it's worth, you as a consumer got to participate in determining that value by competing in an open, transparent, fun way to figure out whether you got that buy or not. And that can be true of any item down to small personal property all the way up to your house, all the way to your car, that you can have kind of that power as a consumer. And that's how I describe an auction to someone who's never been there.
You are having a conversation with a new auctioneer 2 months out of auction school. What advice would you give them to grow as a professional and become a better auctioneer?
Well, the first thing is going to be your associations. If you're out of auction school and you have not yet joined your state and your national associations, you need to immediately, because what you're going to get, there's going to be a couple things you're going to get. But first of all, you're going to have access to continued training. You're going to have access to refinement. You're going to have access to wisdom, frankly, of people that have been doing this a long time, that have seen everything. And more importantly, those people also want to see you succeed. That's a very unique thing about this industry, is that if you join the association and show up, your people that are really your competitors are still invested in your success. And so they're going to take an interest in you. They want you to succeed. They want to give everything they can. So those associations are incredibly valuable. The other thing that's going to do that gives you the right to go out and market yourself as a professional, that is hold yourself to a higher standard. And so right away, you can stand head and shoulders above some of your competition because you are willing to say, I'm investing in my education, I'm investing in my development, I'm holding myself to a higher ethical standard by belonging to these associations and agreeing to what they believe in. And third, you're going to make some fantastic friends, some people that you will work with and grow through the industry with, and you're going to be part of a fraternity that you're going to really get a lot out of. And so, number one advice I give to any new auctioneer, get involved in your associations, state and national, as soon as you can. All right, we've got a couple items here. Look at this. Another tool bag. There's only 2 of them like it in the auction, so if you missed the first one, here it is, right here. You tell me who to get $30 to go, and who to get 30, who to get 30, who to get $30, take a long run, who to get $5, and who to get 5, 10, 5, 10, 10, 10, 5, 10, $5 down front, who to get $10 where? It's the 10, now 15, 10, negative 15, 15, 20, 15, negative 20, make it, you're out, 15, negative 20, $15, who to get 20, who to get 20, 20, 17, 50, oh my, now 20, he's getting awful weak, and 20, now 2.5, $20, negative 2.5, $20, who to get 2.5, 2.5, $20, 2.5, 25, 22.5, negative 25, you're out in the back, 22.5, negative 5, 22.5, negative 5, 5, 5, $25, 25, negative 25, 22.5, negative 25, last chance, 22.5, negative $25. So, 22.50 sold at 22.50, Megan, your way. Buyer 110, 110 is your buyer. My second item here in the finals, look at this. The double wall, this one is the coffee cup. This thing, if you hoard this in the morning, your coffee will burn your tongue at night. That's how good it is. You tell me, here we go, now to get $30 now. Hit to get 30, hit to get 30, hit to get, take a long run, 2.5, and 2.5, 2.5, 5, 2 up, now to get 5, now 7.5, 5, 7.5, 10, 7 up, now to get 10, now 12.5, 10, now to get 12.5, I'm with Kevin, and now 15, 12 up, now 15, now 20, 17.5, now to get $20, now 22.5, 20, now to get 2.5, $20, now to get 2.5, 25, 22.5, now to get 25, $22, now 20, I'm right down front, and 22.5, now to get 25, 22.5, negative 5, negative 5, negative $25, 22.5, negative 25, all in, all done, 22.5, negative 25. Sold at 22.50, sold at 22.50, right down front, buyer number 139. Thank you very much. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming out, supporting the Kansas Auctioneers Association. I am Ty Patton from Benton, Kansas, contestant number 3.
Thank you, Ty. I think Lenny was talking earlier about tongue twisters, and tongue twisters do a couple of things. They help us as auctioneers establish rhythm, learn to work our tongue, and they also do a really good job of helping us control our air. You're gonna...
Well, I mentioned before a big brown buck bit a big brown bear. That was to teach us to say B sounds repeatedly. Then we had Tanya Tatimus took 2 T's, tied them to the top of 2 tall trees. That was the repetitive T sound. But the most famous tongue twister that auctioneers do is about this particular little lady named Betty, and she was going to make some batter, and she needed some butter to make the batter, but Miss Betty thought the butter might be bad, so she had to go to the store to get some new butter because she didn't want to turn out bad batter. And so we turned that into a little tongue twister of sorts, and every auctioneer in the world at one time or another attempts this, and I will attempt this on this grand stage.
Hey, Lenny,
today, yes.
Lenny, that story took up way too much time. Can you shorten that up a little?
I'll give it a try. Betty bought a box of butter, but she said the butter bitter. If I put it in my batter, it will make my batter bitter. So she bought a bit of better butter, put it in a bitter batter, made her bitter batter better. So this better Betty bought some better butter.
There you go, something like that.
Something like that.
One of my favorite is Rubber Baby Buggy Bumper. Now, you start out slow. I'm going to have everybody do this. Say, Rubber Baby Buggy Bumper. Rubber Baby Buggy Bumper. Rubber Baby Buggy Bumper. Rubber Baby Buggy Bumper. Rubber Baby Buggy. See, it's easy to do. Rubber Baby Buggy Bumper. Rubber Baby Buggy Bumper. Rubber Baby Buggy Bumper. You say that until your tongue and your lips go numb and you're starting to be an auctioneer. You ready? Ladies and gentlemen, next to the stage, contestant 3 in the finalist round, which was contestant number 5.
Good afternoon again, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be with you. Mr. Wisely, I believe you have a few questions for me. Go right ahead.
Describe an auction to someone who has never attended one.
An auction, if you have never attended one, in my beliefs, is where you're bringing two totally different people together. You're bringing somebody that is wanting to liquidate something, and you're bringing somebody that wants to buy something. And your job as an auctioneer is to meet in the middle and find true price discovery within that timeline in a short period of time. I know a lot of people think it's fast talking. It's not just that. You've got to communicate with buyers and sellers, so you have a little bit of both there to make that item bring what it should bring that day. Go ahead.
You are having a conversation with a new auctioneer 2 months out of auction school. What advice would you give them to grow as a professional and become a better auctioneer?
That is a great question. That is a question that I asked myself when I got out of auctioneer school. My suggestion to you, if you're looking to go to auctioneer school or you've just got out, find a mentor. I did. I found a few that I looked after, kind of asked them questions when I had questions about the industry and how it was changing. I asked them about my chant as well, but mainly about where the industry was going, where I should start something at, how I should conduct myself, how I should conclude myself during an auction. The main thing is, ladies and gentlemen, it's not all about talking fast. It's about conducting business with two different people, and I would really suggest you get a mentor and follow that individual and look up to that individual your whole career. Find somebody that you can really look strongly to for answers. Thank you, Mr. Weiser. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get started right here. This will be my first item, ladies and gentlemen. This will be 3A, lot 3A. This is a 32-piece Pittsburgh screwdriver set, ladies and gentlemen. It's not just screwdrivers. It's got nut drivers in it, magnetic set right there. It's got 9 hex screws in it as well, ladies and gentlemen. 32-piece, brand new, unopened. Put it in the truck, put it in the gator, ready to go to work for you here, ladies and gentlemen. Again, magnetic set. Won't go wrong there. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have an auction right there. 10, 15, and 10 to the button. I hit about 15 to the button. I hit about 15. 5's on. Now 10. And 5 to the button. I hit about 10 to the button. I hit about 10 to the button. I hit 7 and a half. 5 to the button. I hit about 7 and a half. Now 10. And 10 to the button. I 10. 12 and a half. And 10 to the button. I 12 and a half. To the button. I 12 and a half. 12 and a half. You got to be 12 and a half. Now 15. And I hit about 15 to the button. I 15. Now 17.50. And now 20. And give it to the button. I hit about 20. Now 250. And 20 to the button. I 250. And I hit about 5 to the button. I hit about 25 to the button. You got to be 25 in the middle. I'll help you out though once a year right here. 23. And 2 and a half. Now 3. And 23. Now 4. And give it to the button. I hit about 24. And I hit about 5. Give it to the 5 to the button. I 25. 25. Now 6. And 25. Now hit about $6. Now 7. Give 7. Big 7. To the button. I hit about 27. And 26 and 7 with you. 26. Now 7. And give it to the button. I hit about 7 to the button. I hit about 26 over here. Now hit about 7 to the button. Anybody want a bit of 7 to the button? I hit about 7. Give 7. Sold $26. Sold at $26. What's the number on that? 106. 106. Thank you. Buyer 106. I think that you're going to love that set. Keep that with you, sir. My second item will be lot 3B. 3B, ladies and gentlemen. Another one of these weather vanes here. I sold the hog earlier. I'm going to sell you the cow now. Price tag still on it. Brand new, unopened, nice metal piece here on the weather vane, ladies and gentlemen. This will be a nice piece. Do not go home empty-handed today, ladies and gentlemen. That's a feeling you don't want. Right there, 5, 7 and a half. 5 to the button, 7 and a half, and 10 to the button. I hit about 10 to the button. 10, 12 and a half, and 10 to the button. 12 and a half to the button. 10 to the button. 12 and a half, 12 and a half. Now 15, and 15. Now 17 and a half, and 15 to the button. I hit about 17 and a half. Now 20. Get 20, but 20 to the button. 22.50, and 22 to the button. I hit the 2. You want to be 22, and 22 to the button. I hit the 22.50. Now 5, and give it to the button. I hit about 5 to the button. 5. Now 7 and a half, and 25 to the button. I hit about 27 and a half to the button. I hit about 25 to the button. I hit about 27 and a half. You stayed this long, you almost had it in the car. 25, 27 and a half, and 25 to the button. I hit about 27 and a half. Now 30, and give it to the button. I hit about 30. Everybody's out. 27 and a half. Now 30, and give it to the button. I hit about 30 to the button. 30. Now 250, and 30 to the button. I hit about 31 to the button. I hit about 1. Get about 1 to the button. I hit about 1. Give 1 big 1 to the button. I hit about 31 to the button. I hit about 31. It's been real, ladies and gentlemen. 31. Give it to the button. I hit about 31. Sold it. Sold it. $30 on 103. $30 on buyer 103. Thank you, ma'am, for that. You'll enjoy that. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a privilege and honor. I really appreciate you guys letting me represent a beautiful association like this. I appreciate everybody coming out today. You have a good day. Drive safe, and God bless.
Thank you, Quest. I want to once again, and really what you guys should do is you should give yourselves a standing ovation, because we could not conduct this auction without you, the buyer in the audience. Give yourselves another round of applause. I think you undervalue your part in this, because let's do that again. Give yourselves a big round of applause. All right, we woke you up. Now, Lonnie McCurdy, he knows this, but not everybody in the room knows how to become an auctioneer. Is there anyone that maybe just stumbled into the fair that are thinking about entering the trade and this greatest profession? Anybody interested in being an auctioneer? Because people ask me that all the time. How, Lenny, do you become an auctioneer? Do we have someone out here? Right here. So I'm going to give you a piece of inside advice because I get this question all the time. What you want to do is you want to take a handful of marbles and you want to put them in your mouth. And we've just told you about a couple of these tongue twisters we do, and with that mouthful of marbles, what I want you to do is I want you to begin to talk faster and faster, right? And occasionally it's hard to control it at first, and every now and then a marble's going to come out. But you just keep going, you go faster, right, Lonnie? You go faster and faster, and the faster you get, you learn, but another marble will fall out, but you just keep going and you practice until you lose all your marbles, then you're an auctioneer. I didn't. Are we done? Ladies and gentlemen, our fourth finalist and contestant number 8.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Like he said, my name is Clay Shart from Table Rock, Nebraska, and it's a pleasure to be back here in the finals. Finalist number 4 and contestant 8. Tony, the questions, please.
Describe an auction to someone who has never attended one.
Guys, an auction can be many, many different things. First off, an auction usually is a very emotional time for people, whether it be an estate auction all the way to a cattle auction, all the way to a car auction, guys. Someone's giving up something that really means a lot to them, and they have to put a lot of trust in us as auctioneers to get the most for their assets. Another way, an auction, I mean, it's a pretty fun time, pretty laid-back time. You get the right crew. Everybody's there for one common goal, and that is to help. That is to help the seller as well as the buyer. We're trying to meet both demands, and with that, the auction can be quite the fun time.
You are having a conversation with a new auctioneer 2 months out of auction school. What advice would you give them to grow as a professional and become a better auctioneer?
You know, Tony, this question really hits close to home for me because I guess I've been out of auction school. I graduated auction school in June of 2017, and to start, I really didn't have a lot of auctioneers who really took me under their belt. I had to really take things on my own, and I started to join associations. As soon as I joined, I started with the Nebraska Auctioneers Association, the Kansas, the Iowa, South Dakota, as well as the National Auctioneers Association. Joining those associations, and through that, I have met so many different people as auctioneers, and those auctioneers have hired me for different contract work. So I tell them basically, get involved in your associations. Don't just go to the associations and to their conventions and stuff like that. Go and sit down and talk with someone. That was something I really put myself to. You know, I mean, I always had a friend or two that thought maybe they wanted to come, and I knew if I allowed them to come, I knew I wouldn't talk to anybody else and get out of my comfort zone. So going, talking to older people, older professionals, it really, really opened the door for me in this whole auction thing, and I'm really glad it did. Alrighty, guys, like I said, Clay Shart, finalist number 4, contestant number 8. Let's go down a 9-piece combination wrench set, guys. Now, with that wrench set, I believe it's 1/4 inch all the way to 3/4 of an inch. Now, you tell me on it. And $5 here, now 5 down, $10 here, down 10 down, 10 down, $10 here, then $10 where, and $10 here, then $10 where, 10 now, $15 here, then you're out, and 15 now, 20 and $20 here, then 20 and $20 here, then 20 where, and $20 now, $20. 17 half, 20, and $20 now, $20 where, and $20 now, $20 now, $20 where. Think about it, you can put it in your vehicle, and you're going to be fixing a lot of things. Right or wrong, you tell me, $20 and you got them in, and $20, and $20 here, and 20, and $20 here, and you sure you're out over here, guys, and $20 here, and 20 where, and she's in, 17 half, 20. Sold them out right back there, $17.50. 110 takes them. Thank you, sir. Guys, right here on my last item, I believe we got a bird feeder. Looks like a bird house, but I believe it's a feeder. Look right there. Oh, hang it from the tree. Let all the birds come in. You tell me. We got any Jayhawk fans? Maybe you feed the Jayhawk. And right there, let's go. $5. And 5. Now $10 bill. Here to 15. And 15. Now $15 bill. Here to $15 bill. Where? Yes, you're in. Now $15 bill. Here to 12 and a half. And gonna be $12.50. And 12 half. And gonna be 12 and a half. 15. Now 15. 17 half. And did you 17.50? And sir, I think you're gonna like it. And 17 half. And 17.50. I think you're gonna like it, sir. 17 half. What do you say? One time. And 17.50. Now 20. And $20. Now 20. Now 2.50. 22 half. Where did ya? And 22.50. Where? And gonna be 22 half. 22.50. Where? One time. And 22.50. Where? What do you say? And 22.50. Gotta go. 22.50. Where? What do you do? 22.55. And 25. You've been with me this long, you may as well stay in the game. $25 and you got it. 25, 7 half. And 7 half. Now 27.50. Where? And 27 half. Let's call. And 27 half. Thank you for the help. And 27 half. Where? 27 half. Let's call. 27.50. Where? Sold them out right back there for $25 and put them on buyer number 145. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, my name's Clay Sharp from Table Rock, Nebraska. Contestant number 8, finalist number 4. Thank you for the hospitality, Kansas, and God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Clay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I might also mention we have some sponsors that have helped us today present this Auctioneer Championship. So I'd like to recognize Security First Title with 51 locations across Kansas, the Voice of the Plains, KFRM 550 AM, and the Rural Messenger. They are all sponsors that help the Kansas Auctioneers Association throughout the year and today specifically sponsoring this contest, and we want to thank them for their participation. It looks like we are ready for our 5th and final finalist contestant, contestant number 10.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, it is an absolute honor to be here. Arlen Eicher, contestant number 10. Mr. Wisely, I believe you have a few questions for me.
Describe an auction to someone who has never attended one.
Thank you. This is an interesting question. If you've never attended an auction and you want to know what it is, it's competitive bidding, and it is excitement. Last Thursday night I did an auction, and people bid more because they got emotionally attached. So it's an emotional connection. It's fun. 2 people bid, 2 people raise the price. In the end, it's true market discovery.
You are having a conversation with a new auctioneer 2 months out of auction school. What advice would you give them to grow as a professional and become a better auctioneer?
Thank you. One of the first things that I would tell that person, him or her, universally, is to join an association. Thank you for the opportunity to be a part of the Kansas Auctioneers Association. It has helped me so much, and it would help them so much to join an association, to network with people. You network, you get to meet a great, fantastic set of outstanding people, and they help you in every way possible. I love being a part of the Kansas Auctioneer Association. I love that our association encourages members to reach out to people in general and help them be the best person that they can be for us. And with that, I have two great items. The first is a 5-piece cutlery set. There we go. Who wants to go fishing? I heard somebody's been fishing for a few weeks. What do you say? There we go. 5. Thank you. 7.50. Not 10. Not 10. Not 12 and a half. $15. $15. Or $1.5. $15. $15. $15. I'm at 12 and a half right here in the middle. 15. $15. $15. The nice thing about this is it's in a case. You can put it all back together when you're done, and it's guaranteed to be there next time. 12 and a half. 15. $15. $15. 15, 17, 50, 17, 50, not 20. I told you that I better than get it. $20 here to 70, 50, 20. I told you that I better than get it to 70, half, 20. Thank you, Megan. Not 22 and a half. 22, 50. 22 and a half. That I better than get it. $2.50 here to 2 and a half. 22 and a half. Better than 20. That I better than get it. 2 and a half. 22 and a half. 22 and a half. So it you, Eve. Buyer for $20 to buyer number 101. And my next is a ratcheting tie down, another ratchet strap. Again, you can't have too many of these. Guaranteed you'll need this one sooner rather than later. There we go. Here in a minute. 5, 7, 50. 10. Here it is. 12 and a half. Here it is. 15. 70 half. 17, 50. 70 half. 20. 20 that I better here. 20 that I better here. 20. 17, 50. 20. 20 that I better here. 20 I'm straight away. 17, 50. 20. 20 that I better here. 20 that I better here. 70 half. 20. 20 that I better here. 20 that I better here. 20, not 20. This is a yellow one. You can even find it. 20 that I better 70 half. 20. 17, 50 that I better here. 20 that I better 70 half. 20. Sold 1750 to buyer number 133. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's been an honor. Arlen Eicher, finalist number 5.
Thank you, Arlen. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the final round of the finals competition. The judges' sheets have been submitted. We are going to make all the tabulations real quickly. I want to have Kevin come to the stage, sell a couple items. We're going to sell you a few things, auction them off until the judges' tabulation is final. We're going to get right through that. And as always, is the hypnotist right after this? Is the hypnotist right after this? Yeah. Everybody always comes for the hypnotist. '2000 Kansas champion and the 2009 IAC winner.
2009 IAC winner. Hey, Kevin, what we have right here, it's time to get to work. You know the ball's coming. We have a beautiful extra set of hands. How often have you wanted to have an extra set of hands when you're doing a job? Here you have not just one, not two, but 5 extra sets of hands.
5 sets of hands. Here we go. So much a piece. Take as many as you want. We'll give $100 a piece. Hey, here we go. I'm gonna get 4, get 10, where 10 to get 5, where pile of the building, pile of the down, pile of the pile of the pile of the down 5. Yeah, 5 now, 7 and a half, pile of the 750, now 10 to get in, not 10. Yeah, 10 to get in, not 10, down here, not 7 and a half, here, not 10. Come on, wake up, folks. At 10 to get in, not $10, $10. What do you get 10? Where? Yeah, $10, not 7 and a half, go $9 on it. Yeah, 9 to get $9, $9. Are you bidding back there, ma'am? No, she's talking. She's talking back there. I've sold a lady a farm doing that one time. Be careful. Put your hands back in your pockets. Thank you. 9, hey, $9 now. 10 to get in that 10. $9 10 to get in that 10 down here. $10 10 to get in that $10 at 10. $10 at 10. Bill, you need to jump in on these. Wait, you don't do any work anyway. Hit 9 now. 10. Hit $9 at 10. But a good 10 down here. Last call. Sold it $9. Who said it? Right down here. Number 113. 113. Mark, how many years have you been coming here? 25 years. This man, every year, 25 years, right here on the front row. Would you give Mark a great big hand? Mark, after all this time, you should be an auctioneer, for crying out loud. Come up here and sell an item. He's like, no way.
Now, Kevin, I said you were an IAC winner. This crowd may not know what that is. That is the International Auctioneer Championship conducted by the NAA. We in the auction world have 3 major contests. There's a bunch, but we have the IAC, the International Auctioneers Championship. We have the World Automobile Championship, and we have the Livestock Championship. So the IAC, International Auctioneer Championship. Do it again. 10-foot, heavy-duty ratcheting tie-down.
Heavy-duty ratcheting. Andy, what are you doing? Oh, talking about. Hey, 10 to get in that 10 down here. 10 to get in that 5. Where? Pile of the woman, pile of the 5. Hey, Bob. Have you had a good time today? Thank you. $6 down, 7, $6 down, $7 down, here down, $7 down, wait, 8 down, here down, $7 down, $8 down, 9, $8, now only $9. At 9, well 10, then take you down 12 and a half. It's down here down $11 down 11, here down $10 down 11, here down $10 down 11. It's down here down $11 down $10 down 11. It's down here down $11 down 11. Now Oswald Auction and Real Estate is how far from here? Not too far, is that right? Bill Oswald, I just gave you a commercial. Now give me $11. It's down here. It's down here down $11 down 11. 11 now 12. Who else wants a commercial? It's all down here down $12 down here down $11 down 12. Where? It's down here pretty good 12 and $12 only. I sold it $11. Bill Oswald's way number 2 121 121. He had to double check his number. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to take this opportunity. We're going to pause here just for a moment. If you will, give me this privilege right now. You know, for a number of years, there's been a couple in the auction industry right out of Newton, Kansas, that have helped this association year after year after year. And we just want to pause right now. Vern is with us today. And Vern, we just want to say that, you know, we are grieving with you in the loss of Dorothy. And we just want to say that we are so glad you're part of our association. Many of us that have been on this stage today, you've mentored, you've helped run this ring, you've helped judge, you've done all those various things for this competition. Dorothy was greatly loved by the association. If you haven't figured it out, the Kansas Auctioneers Association is family. And Vern and Dorothy have been a big part of that. And we grieve with you in the loss of Dorothy, and we're so sorry that she could not be with us. And so our prayers and our blessings are with you today. Would you thank Vern for being here today and let him know how much we love him and care for him? He's helped in so many. Thank you.
I think we have about another minute. We're going to do that by letting our 2003 Kansas Auctioneer champion sell next. Bob Mcbride, you have a beautiful Buck Knives 382 Trapper. This is a corrosion-resistant steel, multiple blades for versatility, guaranteed to fit in any pocket.
Okay, all right, here we go, guys. I got her on the buck knife. Rick, put those straps down. Now I want to sell the knife. All right, here we go. What are you going to do? And tell me. Let y'all be 2 1/2, 5. If I'm 7 1/2, 10, 10 12 1/2 here, $15 here, $17.5 here, 20 here, 2 1/2 here, at 22 1/2, 20 bid, 22 1/2 to buy here, 22.50. I get 20 bid in here, 22 1/2. You're running second, Rick. 22 1/2, 25. Lon, are you sure? At 20 pound of money here, at 20 pound of money. Come on down, 20 pound of money here, at 25. Anyone else? At 20 pound of money, 20 pound to go, pound to buy, hauled in, all done. At 20 pound of money, 20 pound of money, 25. Sold 22 1/2 your way. Jeff, $22 1/2. Gonna be, yeah, mine too. Bosker, thank you kindly, my dear friend. 155, thank you kindly. All right, I think we're ready to go back to competition, right? All right, thank you much, folks. Appreciate you being here with us.
Well, to keep a well-oiled machine, we are supposed to turn the stage back over to the Kansas State Fair at 4 o'clock, which it is, so we're going to move swiftly into the announcement of the champion. So let's get all 5 finalists out in front of the stage. That's the cue to Aaron to be ready to take pictures. I'll kind of hurry through this, not to belittle the great accomplishment that these 5 men have made today to be in the finals. With no further ado, your 5th place auctioneer today, Clay Shart. Fourth place, Arlen Eicher. Third place auctioneer, Quest Flesher. Your 2019 Reserve Champion Auctioneer, which will give you a hint to the other one, Titus Utzi. And your 2019 Kansas Auctioneer Champion, Ty Patton. give all these finalists a round of applause. Hey, Ty, don't get too comfortable. Come on up here to the mic. I'm going to have you sell something. There you go.
I don't have to sell the plaque, right? Okay, here we go. Look at that. No, nobody's going to want that. I'll just take that off your hands. All right, look at this here. Oh, okay, I got to like compose myself a little bit here. I'm too excited now. Look at the little portable grill. Oh, man, look at that there. Tailgate season is officially started. Here we go. You tell me. Never get a $50 bill to go. Never get a $50. Hit to get a $50 nickel over. And hit to get $5. And hit to get a $5. Never get a $5. 10. 5. Never get a 10. 15. 10. Never get a $15. 15. 15. Never get 15. 20. 15. Never get $20. You're out in the back. $15. Never get $20. 15. Never get 20. Always buy the last thing in the auction. 15. Never get 20. 15. Never get 20. Hit to get 20. 15. Never get 20. Around the ring. One more time. $15. Never get $20. Sold $15, sold a $15 buyer 145. Buyer number 145 is your buyer. Thank you. Thank you for all of you that stuck with us today. Again, we could not do this without you guys coming and bidding. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Ty. And ladies again, all 5 finalists, please come back for a photo opportunity, all 5 finalists. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, this was a live auction with real money. If you waved your bidder card around, please come over to the McCurdy auction trailer and settle up for all of the fine purchases you made here today. Thanks once again for coming out and supporting the Kansas Auctioneers Association.